Welcome back. I'm David Landeen.
And I am JD Melville. If you are here for the first time, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We want to let you know that if you click that subscribe button down there, it'll give you notifications every time we put up a new show, and we do that every Monday.
Every Monday.
We have committed to that.
And I think today we would like to say Happy 4th of July!
Happy 4th of July. I hope that you are enjoying a burger, a brat, and a steak.
And some fireworks.
Because that's what our forefathers would have wanted. That's Jim Gaffigan right there. I love his stuff. But we hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July. Locally here in the U.S., internationally, 4th of July is the United States Day of Independence.
When we celebrate our revolution from our independence from Great Britain.
But we love Great Britain.
We do.
I love England. We've got a lot of friends. We had some friends that over around the 4th from England on the 4th of July, and we were singing is it not the national anthem? Is it the national anthem that they sing as God Save Our...
Oh.
God save our gracious King, God live our noble...
I think that's their national anthem.
So they were singing that as we were singing the other song. It was good. But maybe we'll show some images of this, but have you ever seen... people do USA 4th of July parties and what that would look like and what Americans look like, and they have like American stuff on, like it's just one of those like
in Britain,
all over the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really kind of funny to watch because it's like we don't wear that. I don't put on an American flag Speedo. I don't wear a top hat that's red, white, and blue. Okay, maybe you do. I don't know.
What? Where have you been? What are you talking about?
And for some reason, there's always a red Solo cup.
Oh, well.
Because that's what Americans have in their hand at all times.
We have some. Well, there's a little.
We've got the miniature ones. I'm eating my words.
But we're gonna get quick today. We're gonna get today's episode quickly.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And today we are doing our first 5-minute sketch challenge. Mm-hmm. What this is we're gonna choose an object, and then we are going to each sketch that, obviously in 5 minutes. Today's object is this vintage Canon video recorder, Cine-Canet 8, Canonet 8, and take 5 minutes, we sketch it, you're going to be able to watch us sketch the whole thing, and then you can take 5 minutes and sketch it. We'll post some pictures and you can sketch it and send it to us, and we'll all just have this sketch fest.
That'll be fun. That'll be sketchy.
Yep. So
that was way too funny.
That was actually really good. that was gonna be sketchy.
Yeah, and go back to our...
It's the sketch.
It is. After the show, we'll have a link to the Adhocracy Show where we answer our 36th question.
36th. We made it through the whole list.
Yeah, of love questions that will have you scientifically falling in love with us. And then next week, we should be doing the staring deeply into our eyes for 2 minutes.
Or into your eyes for 2 minutes.
Or into the camera.
We can't really stare into our eye. Anyway. So, go check that out, and let's get going with this sketch challenge.
Really cool. I think we're going to start with David.
I'm going to go first.
I don't want to give him any anxiety. I love sketching, and I sketch quite
Oh,
often.
yeah. So you guys are going to get to see we'll just say the vegetables before the dessert. So, here we go. We got to get some paper.
Okay, let's get paper.
All right. It's 5 minutes, so here we go. Let's see.
Do you want me to ask you questions and ask you things?
Yeah, we can talk about it. So, I'm glad this is a fairly geometric shape. It's always nice when I can do it. I imagine drawing all those like 3D boxes in elementary school all over every paper that I had. Probably gonna help me out here.
So you're pretty
I'm definitely like geometric thinker.
You're a square.
I'm definitely a square.
What is there have you taken drawing classes? Have you done?
No.
No.
No, so when I was in elementary school, we put on the play The Jungle Book.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered that I can take a coloring book and recreate, if I'm looking at something, I can I can definitely like recreate a drawing pretty easily. And so for all the sets, they would just have me go in and draw from out coloring books and make them bigger and have other people color them. And so I played one of the vultures.
Did you really?
Yeah. Because I could do it. In most of the plays I've been in, I would be somebody with an accent. I could do accents, and that's
We need to do more accents, and
right.
we'll come up with some creative people and things to do.
How much? Oh, I'm only okay. This is good. I'm only like a minute.
It's a good time. It's interesting.
2 minutes in, I guess.
It's interesting watching you draw. I don't think I've ever like stopped and watched someone draw, watch someone else's process of things, and so this is definitely interesting.
This is gonna be
And
hard.
it's interesting to watch you. I mean, at least from how I do things, and we'll probably see this is the difference between how we draw and
Right. I think this will be. It'll be kind of fun to see our different methods, and and also I hope other people draw stuff and send it in.
yeah. So a big part of this episode will be we're going to show our drawings. We'll take a picture of the camera, and then we'll post that. And we want you to give it a go. I mean, do a quick sketch. Do 5 minutes. See what you come with. Use a medium of your choice, and we'll see if we can draw some pretty cool stuff, make some cool art. Maybe even reinterpret it in some way. That might be cool. It's kind of like that. Remember the 36 Days of Type? That was kind of cool. That was such a cool challenge.
That was really cool.
That they put out, and there was some really cool lettering that came out of that. But definitely this is something that's interesting and showing your process. I see a lot of people on Instagram showing like quick sketches of how they draw, and it's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you probably have about 2 more minutes.
All right. There's a little eyepiece back here. I'll just add that in. This is.
I'm going for some shading. Nice.
Well, this is black. See, black right here.
That is black.
And so, we'll do some. There we go. See, now it's.
Now you're doing cross hatching.
What? Like.
Getting real up in her.
I guess I should have done because this is darker. So, yeah. Oh wait, but forget this little thing right here. Actually, it's like that. It's gonna be even. Oh, I guess it goes all the way to the edge.
Yeah, one of the great things about drawing and sketching, a couple things that I've found interesting. There was a book that I learned from in college called "Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain," or was it the left? Drawing on the left side of the brain. And granted, a lot of research has been done to show that
really there's not a left side and a right side, and they work together. But
they work differently, and there are shifts in the brain. But the biggest thing that I took out of that book is that drawing and art is more about seeing than it is drawing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you know how you see artists with you got 15 seconds.
All right, so that lens just did not turn out good, but it's okay. We'll just. All right, well, I think that's good. This is my picture, and I'll sign it. Done.
Perfect.
Okay. I think on to you.
Perfect. Let's do this.
Okay, you are all in for a treat to watch this man draw.
Now you're telling me, and it's gonna be like horrible or something.
Well, I'll just tell stories. So, at work in our weekly meetings, JD would do like sketches during the meeting, and I would sit next to him and just be fascinated with how they'd be like these little cartoon characters of different people in the company, and it was great. It was amazing. Like my favorite part, and I was like just blown away with how the people that he drew, like the characters, actually looked like the people they were representations of, which was awesome.
Yeah, I have a looser style, and that's one thing that was interesting of watching you. I usually block out things a lot quicker, and this, I mean, of course, it depends on.
Well, but then you can get to the details. I mean, once you block it out,
Yeah. But I like what I was saying is that book of how to draw.
with the
One thing it said is that really impacted me was drawing is more about seeing than it is about actually drawing, because you notice how artists will hold up their pencil and what they're doing is actually measuring things to get it right. And the more art that I've taken, the more courses I've done, and the more drawing I've done, figure drawing and things like that. There was a lot of this. There was a lot of measuring, making sure the proportions are right, and then coming back in and making sure that stuff was sort of how it was supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. So now that I've basically got it blocked in, come back and add this a little bit. I'll go back in and kind of add darker details. Also in illustration, you start looking at things and being like, okay, now I'm going to, on the outside where things are, you block it in a little bit more and make the outside line, things that are unconnected, give them a darker line. You do kind of things like reveals and hidden things where things are unconnected because, sometimes they'll blend together. None. And this actually is much bigger. Kind of breaks out here. Lenses are in here, so that actually works. And sometimes some of the details, like there's this little texture here that comes in. You don't have to draw it all the way around because it kind of implies that that's there. That has a little line right there. So I don't necessarily have to show the entire thing, but...
Do people's brains just like fill it in?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Itself?
And the same thing happens with printing. After I do something like that, what I'll do is I'll go back in and start adding the shading. I don't necessarily want people to focus on what this says, so I'll just kind of block that in. But I like do the cross hatching as well, where this side is going to be just slightly darker than the rest. You're going to have a little bit of a shadow depending on how the light comes through, so I'm just going to continue doing that. Being that that's black, doing some cross hatching like you did. But things that aren't black, I'm going to keep away from cross hatching, so that's silver. And then up here, I only have to cross hatch this once, and depending on how you cross hatch, there's some really interesting stuff out there that you can see people doing cross hatching. I might add how much time do I have?
I have about 20 seconds.
But if I had more time, I'd probably come back here and, make sure that these lines are deeper and darker, especially on the shadow side.
All right, that's about time. There you go.
Yeah, that's not my best work, but hey, kind of cool.
Cool.
All right, so that was our first sketch drawing competition.
5 minutes.
5 minute
sketch challenge.
Yeah.
Something.
So.
And here's our finals. So let's hold them up next to each other. Ta-da!
It'd be cool to see what other.
Yeah. We'll put these on Instagram or something. You can look at them. And we'll take some pictures. And we want you to do a 5 minute sketch challenge, and just sketch something.
Hopefully we can all. I mean, it'll be interesting to sketch just different things and getting a little bit more practice in, because we'll all get better at it. I mean, that's sort of the beauty of this kind of thing is you'll get used to it. You'll get more accustomed to it. So.
Yep. All right. What other things would you like us to sketch? What other challenges or art challenges or, what did you think about this episode? Kind of something new, but we're really interested in what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with all those around.
And join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we release pictures and other ways of interacting with you guys.
Hopefully it's beautiful and you just love it and you're just like, oh, like.
Yeah.
For the made-up fact of the day.
If you subscribe to this channel, my sketching skills will become infinitely better. And we all know I need that.
Hashtag please help the David sketch. If you were to look at your life, like step back and look at the whole picture of how it fits in what's relevant, what's not, is the problem that you're having right now, is that, how does that